and that's Candy. Hi. Candy, what do we got? Is it a dupe? Is it a non-dupe? Tell me. I'm bored. I'm expecting a dupe. That's why I'm bored. It's a dupe. While she's putting that on the tree, we're on the 15th. Ah, there it is. Ooh, Mrs. Claus is going to hate this one. She hates anything that has to do with her husband getting stuck down a chimney. Okay, on to the tea. The 15th? Yes. Thanks. Okay, we got another chai charge. What do we got? A sun catcher! But what's its shape? Need help? Yes. Okay. I outsmarted it.
Penguin.
Okay, guys, that's all for the calendars today. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye! Hey guys, Search Joy, and I'm back with a craft video for you guys. And I'm going to do multiple crafts in one. These are all really inexpensive and easy things to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a chandelier. The reason I want to do that one first is to get rid of some stuff. But before I talk about that, I'm going to show you something that's really quick, really easy, and the kids could even do. Take light plate covers. Get the plain white, the smooth ones, some permanent markers, and draw a holiday theme on them. I did an elf on this one. I have a Santa one someplace in the house. And then when you're done, you just take off the old light plate cover and you put this on for the holidays, and it gives it a little touch of fun. So you let them dry for a little while and then do that. So that's a really simple, easy Christmas decoration. And that's for under $1 a room, you know, because like these cost like less than $1 per one if you get like this switch. I think when I caught these, they were like 69 cents. So I stockpiled a bunch of them. I have a lot of them on hand whenever I catch a really good deal on them. Okay, so moving on to our chandelier. You'll need one of the hanging baskets from the dollar store, some greenery. I'm going to use this garland on this one. And I'm going to do some glow sticks in it, but you could do, oh, and I forgot one other thing I need. But you could do a strand of lights. I need to grab something, so be right back. You could do a strand of lights, or you could do like I did with this one and do both. And I have the glow sticks at the top, and then down here, I don't think this can see it, is a light set that I just need to put batteries in, and it would work. You're going to want a bunch of flowers. I have roses and poinsettias that I'm going to pick between. I don't know which one's going to be. But the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to string your garland on it. So I'm going to go around the top and down each one of these posts, if I have enough garland. Now, the problem is, this is going to be a little tricky, because it's not in a small enough ball. Make a small enough ball. That's my motto. Make it work. I would normally do this with the garland ties. They have just those single garland ties, but I don't have any on hand anymore. And I don't have any like branches from an old tree handy right now. So I'm making do with what I do have available to me. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut. That's pretty decent. Okay, so now I'm just going to do, try to go down and back it up. So I'm going to cut just about that much, too much. So now I'm cutting off for 2 at a time. So it's a little less, you know, garland to work. Okay, and I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around. I'll show you the finished product when I get done. Okay, so now we got the greenery on there. It was a little bit of a bite to do, but we got it on there. A little dab of glue. And my leaf fell off. Oh, we'll do it without the leaf. Okay. I'm going to take a little dab of glue and put it on where I want my flower to sit. I'm going to hold it on there. And I'm going to do one on each one of the things and just kind of vary where they kind of land. And I'm going to put another dab of glue down below here so I think it'll really stay on there. And I'm going to go down a little bit on this one. I'm just going to put glow-in-the-dark sticks on this one. So I'm just doing that, and I'm going to do that all the way around, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so that's all I did with the flowers, is just glued them on around. I ended up not having enough white, so I took some of the poinsettias. I could have just done all poinsettias, but I think it looked pretty good the way I did it. Now the last thing I'm going to do for this one, like I said, if you wanted to, you could do lights so that you could keep using it, but I'm using this as if it's only going to be for today. I'm going to take some some tie bands here, the tie straps, whatever you call them, and I'm just going to open up these. These are necklaces. If you can get the bigger necklaces, you could do 2 of them going around, would more than do it. But I'm going to break the stick. And so you'd want to do this right before a party if you were going to use it for a party. That's kind of what I'm doing it as if it was for a party. I did have mine glow for like 2 days when I did my glow-in-the-dark one from the New Year's one. It kind of was slightly glowing for like 2 days. And all I'm going to do is take the twist tie, or the tie band. You could use a twist tie too if that's all you have. And just going to tighten it around there. And if you do it just slightly loose enough, you can make it so you could just change out the glow sticks each day if you wanted to. If you have it hanging in a spot where you could redo it. But you want to make sure that you're getting it tight enough. I'm going to do 3 on each one. 3 tie bands on each one. Now I'm trying to use my clear ones just so that they kind of blend into the project a little bit once I'm done. And I've seen tie bands at the Dollar Tree, so you could get a package of Dollar Tree tie bands. Inexpensive that way. I got the garland from the Dollar Tree, I got the flowers from the Dollar Tree, the hanging basket, and you can get glow sticks at the Dollar Tree, so this could be a really inexpensive project. Left them a little bit loose so I could get them out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, which I think I left over here. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to take my scissors and just trim the tie bands down a little bit so they're not so high up there hanging out. And that's one of our crafts done. The next craft we're going to do is more for after the holiday, or it could be before the holiday. But if you wrap up gifts, this is going to be a craft for you. If you love the wrapping papers you have and you're like, oh, I'm going to miss it when it, after the season, I'm going to miss that one, or you try to snap up when you find one you really love it and you don't want to lose out on using that again and again. I'm going to give you a way to save that piece of wrapping paper so that you can enjoy it. There's the chandelier. It's more of just like a decorative hanger thing, but you could add lights and make it a chandelier. So, there we go. Got that done. Let's move that out of our way. The next craft, you're going to need some styrofoam balls. Now, I couldn't find any. The day I wanted to get styrofoam balls, I was only going one place, and that was Hobby Lobby. So I bought mine at Hobby Lobby for $3.99 for an 8-pack. Okay, then you're going to want wrapping paper that scraps from all the gifts you wrapped up this year, or wrapping papers that maybe you've got too much of and you just got these little scraps after you're done with the wrapping the gift. Some Mod Podge and a little bit of patience and a brush. So you're going to take your brush, you're going to dip into your Mod Podge, and mine has this film over the top, so I'm kind of having to go on one side. You're going to paint it onto your styrofoam, and my brush is a little dry because I did this yesterday to practice. Make sure I was doing the right thing. Okay, and then you're going to take scraps of your paper, and you can do big scraps if you want to, or you could do just small pieces, and you're going to want to hold that in place, and I'm going to cut mine up a little bit. And so you're just going to keep putting some Mod Podge on. Mod Podge, whatever. I always call it Mod Podge. That's Mod Podge. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, then you're not a crafter, and this video probably wasn't one you watched anyway. Unless it's satisfying to just hear me talk. Hey, if that's the case, I'm happy to have you here. Welcome. I'm glad you like my voice. I don't like my voice most of the time. And you're just going to keep working around and putting on the glue and sticking it down so you get the whole thing covered. I tried doing this with scrap material too. It worked, but not as well. So here's what my finish. You could cut out the items if you have a specific, if you have a paper like I had Harry Potter paper that my niece did for me. It was paper that I gave her to use, and I still have some left, but it was Harry Potter. I didn't want to lose my Harry Potter paper completely, you know. So I took and put it on that ball. I just cut around the characters and put them on. Okay, so this is inexpensive. You just have to pay for the styrofoam and then use the wrapping paper from your gifts that you gave or got. So once it dries a little bit, then you can take Mod Podge and paint over the top of it. So you want to give it a few minutes to dry. And you just want to smooth it down the best you can. Then when you get done, you could hot glue a ribbon to the top and put that on your tree. And then, like I said, if you put the year on there, every year you'll be able to add one with all the papers that you used or that you gave away or that you got back. And then you have a tree remembrance ornament. So I'm going to show you. This is after I've Mod Podged over the top. So all I did was I just painted the Mod Podge. I cleaned it off and made sure I had just the right amount. And I think I'll show you with the other, since it's just a mess anyway. And I just went like this over it. Now if you don't have a place to store this to dry, you might want to just do half of it and then come back and do the other half. And just coat over it like this. And you'll do it with the paper one. And you want to do that until you get it all done. Then you let it dry a little bit, then add a ribbon, and it's done. Since we have this one, I can't do any more with. I'm going to set it on paper. And then I'm going to take this, and I forgot to bring in ribbon, but I have something else that will work. There it is. So I'm going to take a little piece of bias tape, just a little bit of it. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to take and put this together with a little dab of hot glue. Going to hot glue this to the top of this ball where I had a blank space. Oh, no, it was my sis. Okay, and I'm just going to hot glue that on there, and I'm going to let that sit and dry. And then that'll be a ornament for my tree. So there we have an easy way to make a pretty ornament using all the wrapping papers that you've had from the year. And that way you can have a memory ball for your tree. What the next craft is you're going to need a pick from the dollar store, a couple of the Dollar Tree white trees. I lost the bases to one of these, so I'm looking for a way to reuse them, so I didn't have to lose them all the way. And so I took them, I had two of them and neither one has a base, so I'm going to put them together. And then the last thing you're going to need is a bow. I think that was the last thing. Oh, some wire. That was the other thing. I knew there was something I was forgetting. You can all laugh at me. I'm going to take a wire that I got from Hobby Lobby this week because I couldn't find all my wire I had on hand. And I'm just going to take and wire these together just to kind of help. I'm going to go in the middle here where the two are, and I tried putting them together with their own pieces, but that didn't work too well. So I'm going to use that, but then I'm also going to take this wire, and I'm just doing a green wire, and I'm going to go around and just kind of go at that middle part and just keep going around. I might take 2 wires just to make sure it stays in place. I might make a swag for someplace in my home. So let's see if I can get one more wire. Okay. And I'm just going to wire around this end of this thing too. Okay. And then you can fluff out your trees however you kind of want them so that they look like a swag. And you want to make sure you're making that wire as tight as possible so that it doesn't like spin too much. And there we go. Okay. Then you're going to pick which side's up, which I already kind of did. And you're going to take your pick and you're going to kind of put your pick on there. And I'm going to kind of spread this. And I'm going to kind of bury my pick base down, but I'm going to take hot glue and glue to the back of my pick, and I'm going to put it on my trees. But bury the stick part of it down into the branch on the opposite side. So I'll kind of use those to wrap around it. Now I'm going to take a little bit of glue and I'll bring one of these branches down just a little bit so I can stick this piece down. Okay. Then I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to put that kind of right here, coming at the bottom of the pick. That's what I want. And since this has a twist tie, I'm going to just twist it around that. You could use 2 picks if you wanted to. I'm only going to use 1 because I only have one like that. And I'm very picky. I like everything to look very much the same if I'm going to do both sides. But you do you, I'll do me. And then the only other thing to do is to make like a spot to hang it up with. So I'm going to take one more wire. So I ended up needing 3 wires. And so this one you could do for roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, about $5 for this by the time you add in your wire. About $5 you can make a pretty decoration for your house for the holiday season. And you could even pick up different colors and do different colors. You could keep the tree part pretty basic, either the green or the white, and then do whatever you want for another holiday season down the road. So you can even make this so you could redo it as seasons went by. You could just wire stuff on if you wanted to, so you could reuse it. Here we go. And there's my swag for hanging up. So, okay guys, I hope you enjoyed these crazy crafts. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day filled with lots of love and laughter. I hope your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. And until next time, bye guys.